Hello. Thank you all for being patient with me. I'm still trying to figure this out with this YouTube whatnot and how to edit. Eventually, I will get a nice laptop and video editing software so I can take Kevin's footage and photographs from his electronics from when he was out there, put them into this video so you guys can see what he was doing out there, what he, what intrigued him and whatnot. Just a story. So with that being said, Kevin says, Ni hao ma, aloha, whatever it is. Here's Kevin. So this coming Saturday is going to be Kevin's anniversary from when he took his life. And it's only a handful of us that actually fished with Kevin out there. And we're going to bring one of his friends out there. And obviously Kevin too. And just fish with Kevin. Hopefully we can catch something. Ever since he's died, it's just been dookie fishing. And keep his memory alive. So with these videos, what I'm trying to do is spread these videos out so people can talk about it, and hopefully they can open up to other individuals that they trust or they can communicate with properly, so they can release whatever, demons, bad thoughts they have in their mind, any issues, troubles they're going through, and communicate, because communication was something very important for Kevin. And that's what I feel why him and I were very good friends, because that, that cat and I just connected well. And he was very open with me. I won't make fun of him. We made jokes all the time, but he trusted me. So the first cool thing about Kevin, he brought me back, that I will show today, is this ski mask that he fragged some guy in a tank. Still has a little bit of blood and soil and whatnot in it. So that's one of my favorite ones. He brought me back. If you guys were unfortunate enough to be his friend on Facebook when he took his life, he posted a few photos, and on the wall he left this black tiny patch that he took off a Dash fella that had the black flag and whatnot. And he gave me that. So a few months passed by, and I think we're just him and I having a beer, and I take out that patch, and him just holding on to it, rubbing his fingers and being quiet and just looking at it. I can tell how much it meant to him. So I gave it back to him. He did not want to take it back. Eventually he did. And that's the one he put on his wall on the Facebook photo when he took his life. And I have the other flags as well. And yeah. As well, the topic of that whatnot, this is a suicide note he left me. I blocked some things out because it's pretty bad, and I don't want to put that what he requested out there, because he was not in the right state of mind. And yeah, so I'll read it to you and I'll show it. I, Kevin Howard, leave all my earthly possessions to my brother Sam. I'm sorry, I'm assuming he wanted to say was so miserable. He had horrible writing. To Hang, find your purpose. I forgive you. To Ivan, my only friend. I couldn't keep fighting anymore, but you need to for your mom. And the other stuff is blocked out because it's not good. So I keep that on my man wall, where I have, you know, turkeys and, you know, a big old photo of him as well, and, you know, just my section of the home. And yeah. So this is the kind of stuff you don't want to put on anyone else, like a brother, a sister, your mother, a friend, because it hurts. It sucks having to, you know, deal with, you know, going through his phone and reading text messages he was, you know, that are hurtful, you know, reading after he's dead. He's that night he was trying to send me something, he just wouldn't go through. Having to give his body to his birth mother, and which is an experience I'm not gonna talk about. And that night he took his life. He wasn't answering the phone to anyone. He was ignoring every single son of a B word. And my daughter was maybe 1.5, 2. So it was nighttime. And him and I were fighting. He said something disrespectful, so it was maybe 5 days that him and I didn't talk. You know, Josh kept bothering me to, you know, call him. And I just kept saying, no, this is typical Kevin. He wants to kill himself every other weekend. Don't worry about it. So I finally gave him a video call. And by this time, he was on top of the hill. He was not in the right state of mind. And I was in the kitchen with my daughter in my arm. You know, the funny thing is, the night before I had a dream about him. And I told him, hey, Neo, I had a dream about you last night. No. First, he answered the phone. He's like, hey, what's up, man? And it's dark as hell. I can see the stars. It's a beautiful night. And I can see his face, and he's holding, you know, his shotgun. And I said, hey, Neo, what are you doing, man? He's like, oh, nothing. He's going for a hike. So we laugh, you know. I said, Neo, you promised me you're going to come back to the bay and we're going to do some fishing. He's like, yeah, I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. And then I told him, well, also, I had a dream about you last night. And he said, oh, was it gay? And we just started laughing. And I didn't have the opportunity to tell him the dream. And so what are you doing, Neo? At that time, my daughter starts crying and crying. And he says, he got frustrated. And he said, okay, I love you, Neo. I'm gonna let you go now. And before I can answer him, he just hung up the phone on me. And I got on the police scanner. And I was unfortunate enough to listen to the SWAT team. The whole damn thing. I had a buddy, Josh, on the scanner too. And yeah, they described how they found his body and everything they saw, which at the time, to me, was hilarious. It took about 3 months for the ugliness to actually kick in. And the whole night I was just laughing, making jokes about, Kevin. And his buddies are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Is this how you deal with this? And typically I don't. But I'm assuming I was in shock. I think I was driving 3 months later and it finally kicked in. And it sucks. It sucks a lot. So when you do something, that's ridiculous and selfish, it hurts other people. It still hurts a lot. I would have rather have him die, in the Corps or France or in Kurdistan, even better, instead of him doing it himself. Because it sucks. It hurts people. He left a trail of tears, and a lot of people started tripping. And yeah. So guys, just think about it, fuckers. And that's all I'm trying to say. Well, if you guys have anything you want to know about Kevin, just, send me a message if you can on Facebook, YouTube. I don't know how it works, or leave a comment. We'll figure it out from there. I'll try my best to answer them. Thank you all for trying to keep Kevin's legacy alive, and take care, putos. Shalom.